हाय एवरीवन, हेलो, माय नेम इज़ कृतिका सहगल और मैं आपका स्वागत करती हूँ लेट टॉक्स के एक और बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन में, जहाँ हम आज बात करेंगे मिस्टर संचित गोयल से। संचित गोयल इज सीईओ, को फाउंडर ऑफ पेपर स्क्रिप्ट। सो आई वुड रियली लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट ऑल आर व्यूअर्स, एस्पायरिंग ऑथर्स, कि वो ज़रूर हमसे जुड़ें और आज ये लाइव देखें, क्योंकि आज हम बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बातें करने वाले हैं पब्लिशिंग के ऊपर और ऑथर और पब्लिशर रिलेशनशिप के बारे में हम बहुत सी डिस्कशंस करेंगे। तो आई थिंक दिस वुड बी अ वेरी इंसाइटफुल सेशन फॉर ऑल ऑफ दोज पीपल हु रियली वांट टू गेट पब्लिश, और कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ उनकी कुछ क्वेरीज रहती हैं पब्लिशिंग को लेकर और पब्लिशिंग प्रोसेस को लेकर या किसी भी चीज़ को लेकर रिलेटेड टू पब्लिशिंग ऑफ द बुक। तो संचित रहेंगे आज हमारे साथ। अगर आप उनसे कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं तो आप एकदम बिल्कुल बेझिझक होके अपने क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो डेफिनेटली पूछें, आपको हर एक सवाल का जवाब मिलेगा। सो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू राइट नाउ, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू ऐड संचित। ओके, सो yes, so the invitation has been sent. Hey,
Hi, Kritika. How are you?
hi, I'm good, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Uh, we are on time. That's very important. We're not too late, just 1 or 2 minutes, but that's good. Yeah. So,
Absolutely. And I'm very excited for today's session. And that is
yes.
because I want to mention it that I am the author of Pepper Script, and I am very much happy with,
Have you should just promote it upfront?
oh,
This is
wow.
so yeah.
Okay, you have
So
the book.
so yeah.
Thank you
I
so
just kept
much
it.
for bringing it here.
I thought I'll just start with your book only first.
Yeah, absolutely. I am so happy, and this was a surprise. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy to be doing this. It's not very often that that I love to discuss the nitty-gritties of publishing, but I've thought about it, and thank you for having me and discussing all of this with me. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there is so much on my mind that I want to ask you. जनरली इतने टाइम, वैसे तो बहुत टाइम से हम कनेक्टेड हैं, पर कभी मौका नहीं मिला। तो आज मैंने पकड़ लिया है। आज नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क एवरीथिंग।
बिल्कुल, I'm all here. So yeah.
Okay, so Sanjit, first of all, I am very curious to know. So you have been an author, you have co-authored a book with Pratik, and then you chose publishing as your career path, which is which is not very normal. Like for example, me, if I have to think about what I want to do in future, what career I want to opt, I would not think of getting into a publishing business, because it's, first of all, I know it's not that easy, and
Yeah.
not everyone can think of a different route to the destination. So I really want to know what actually inspired you
Yeah.
to come into this career path, and why did you choose to become a publisher?
Yeah. So Uh, see, firstly, I think writing is a writing is a big deal, right? Now everybody is writing, and so not many consider and say that, wow, you're a writer. But I believe if you've really written something from the heart and you've put in your soul and all the energy, I think writing is a big deal. And then making a book out of it is even a bigger deal, right? So when Pratik and I wrote a book, firstly we put in so much efforts into writing it, planning it, and then typing it. I mean, I didn't have a system at that time, so I used to go to my friends' rooms and take their laptop and write a bit, whatever I wanted to that day, and then store it in a pen drive. that's how I finished writing my book. I didn't have a laptop of my own, right? Laptop or even a computer at that time. So it took us a long time to plan and write the book. And then we spoke to, so many different publishers. We went to their offices and finally we decided to publish with one of them. And it's not like that publisher was a new age publisher or anything like that. He was the publisher was an established one, and one of the biggest at that time in India. Once the book got published, I think things went smoothly from, submitting the book to, working with the editor. The editor was not top notch, and we didn't realize it because we thought that it's the publisher's job to make sure that, the writing is perfect, there are no errors. But, that was also something that we were learning at that time. So the process of signing up, submitting to the publisher, working with the editor, getting the books printed and all of that, that was kind of smooth. It went well. The book was released. The problem started after the release process, right? Obviously, finding the publisher was a problem, no doubt, right? But then we thought that, it's true for everybody. But once the book was released, that is when the real problem started. And we were doing all of the work that our publisher should have done, right? That time, offline distribution was normal. Everybody was doing it. Was not like people were dependent on Amazon. It's different now. Now everything goes on to Amazon first, and offline is very secondary for the big, for the big books, the big publishers. It's offline is important because they want to showcase the book, put it on the shelves. But still, everybody is buying from the buying from the online websites, right?
Online
So
website.
at that time, back in 2011, 12, we were doing all the hard work in terms of getting the book out there. We were going to distributors and meeting all kinds of people to understand how this works. And we didn't get the support we needed from the publisher. And after that, once I completed my engineering, this was before we had completed our engineering, right? So I completed my engineering. I was trying to think about whether doing MBA or going for a job or joining family business. I wasn't sure. So I was preparing for MBAs also. And I had been placed with Wipro already, and I was waiting for the call letter. So
And you were,
during
I
that
guess,
time,
around 19 or 20 years old at the time.
yeah,
Very
I
young.
was 20, 21.
Wow.
So after passing out and waiting for Wipro's call letter, I was like, why is the book not receiving response in terms of sales or anything like that? And the reviews are good. People are liking the book. They're enjoying the story. They say that, it's written well, and, it has a good twist and everything. The fiction is in place and all of that. But why am I not hearing from my publisher, right? And once that happened to me, I was very troubled in at that time. It's not working out. And then I decided I don't want this to happen to all the aspiring writers who are like me, who do not come from the understanding of literature or of family background of being in publishing. So they don't understand all of these things. But I really believe that telling a story is, it makes a lot of impact on the world, to the people who read the story or even listen to you for that matter. So I really believed in the art form of it, right? That is when I decided I should go ahead and just publish my own book. First was that idea that publish your own book as a publisher. And then when I did that, I realized it's not all that easy and all the more difficult for authors. So that is when we started, working on building a format that works, is very transparent and works well with the authors. It's easy to approach and work with. That's how the inspiration came from not being able to find the right solution, having the troubles to work with a publisher to get response. And that is why I've always been very personal with all the authors that I work with. You know, no matter what the time is, I'm always responding to the call. At
Yeah.
least I'm trying my best. Whether
No,
it's
that's
11
true.
p.m. or
That's true. I
7
can
p.m.
be a live witness
So,
for that. So ultimately,
yeah.
that's true.
So when it happened to me, I knew that this was not something I wanted for writers who would work with us. And that is how I've always been the publisher, from being an author. And once you started publishing, once you get into business, मुश्किल हो जाता है कि आप या तो business पे ध्यान दो या लिखो साथ में. So that writing has taken a back seat, and we've always been into publishing, reading, aspiring writers' stories, trying to work with them and giving them a platform. So yeah, That's how I
But
became and chose
you
to be a
know,
publisher.
rightly said, ki when you get into something really, really important, when you have a lot of responsibilities, you hardly get time to fulfill your passion. So
Yeah,
you have not written for a long time, but
yeah.
I really wish I get to see another book of yours.
Yes,
So
I do too. I think about it, I start something, but then I drop it because I'm so focused on different things. I'm not able to get that empty mind. To write creatively, you need peace of mind as well as you need a lot of space in your mindset so that you can,
right.
fill it with all the things that you want to write about and then organize them. But that's not happening right now. So, but yeah, I hope I can write soon. I want to write books for sure. Yeah.
I am looking forward to it, and I will wait
Thank
for
you.
you. And I will be your first buyer on the first day of your book release.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, as you just said, you try your best to be there for all the authors, pepper strip authors, uh, and you reach out to them on a personal level. This
Yeah.
is the one thing that you are trying to do, which is different. Uh, Sanchit, I have met a lot of authors. I will not name any of them, but I have seen them literally struggling with the publication process and with the publishers even. So there are many authors that are not happy with their publishers, and they say they do not get the support that they deserve or they're looking for. So you are a publisher. You're on other side of the things, and I'm an author. I also do not know about it very much. So I wanted to know about this. Why is why is this that authors are getting dissatisfied with the publishers? Why?
See, uh, पहली बात तो ये है कि I'm not someone who would comment on other publishers' doings or how they work with writers and all. But from what I have learned in all these years, uh, being a publisher of experience and being a publisher of communication, and we also get authors who have been published before, but they're extremely dissatisfied, extremely unhappy. I know someone who was almost broken down with their experience with the publisher. They didn't want to even to talk about that publisher, right? So I think the probable reasons. First, I'll talk about the reasons that could be with us. It's not like we are perfect, right? We've also had authors who have been dissatisfied and have
Of course.
terminated a contract, right? So I'm not saying that we'd be perfect in every scenario, but the the basic issue probably is that authors have set very high expectations, right? And they sometimes authors do not see the balance that needs to be created between the publisher and the author, right? So for example, you are an author of paper script, right? Tomorrow you sit back and relax and you just keep expecting that publisher will do everything. I don't think that's possible, right? And if that does not change, it will automatically lead you to a point where you will feel that publisher is not doing enough and I'm extremely dissatisfied, right? So as publisher, I try and maintain that balance in terms of providing enough information as well as telling the author that what kind of expectations they should have from us, right?
Okay.
Moreover, the industry and the market is changing very swiftly. आज कुछ है, कल कुछ और, परसों एकदम अलग, right?
Yeah.
So the readership is changing, the writing standards are changing, the methods of selling a book is changing. You know, first the cover used to be designed in such a format that it reveals the concept of the book, right? Then there was a shift, okay? Then it started being designed in a format that it looks good on the display, okay? And now here is the secret. Now it's designed in such a manner that it looks good on a mobile phone. So that's how the industry changes very, very quickly. And authors also need to understand that. So as far as dissatisfaction is concerned, expectation, according to me, is a problem and it's not communicated well, right? Sometimes Sometimes authors also lose out on patience, right? And then there are publishers as well. This, I'm not speaking in favor or against anybody, but you know, when a publisher sees that I'm not getting enough from the book or from the author, they tend to put that book aside and move on to different projects, right? So that is where the communication gap or arguments or dissatisfaction happen, and authors tend to take that at a very personal level. In my case, I
Personally.
feel that it is okay when an author takes it personally, because I am personally involved. So when an author also sort of engages with me at a different level, at a level which will sort of hurt me, then I also feel bad, because I have been personally involved in working on the book. It's not like I've given away the book completely I've taken the book to a commercial level and left the author completely, right? I try not to do that. When the authors are coming directly through me to the company, then I have a completely different relationship in that scenario, right? So that's how it works. When I talk about how it could be happening with other publishers, leaving aside the expectation bit, publishers tend to overpromise, because it's a commercial business, you know. So there's a publisher that says that we'll give you this much royalty, we'll give you these many reports. That it's not practical, yeah, right? You can say all of that stuff, but it's not practical. Publishers were completely commercialized, right? I wouldn't say we are 100% commercialized, right? When I say commercialized, I mean they look only at the financial bit of it, right? What we look at is, we look at the content bit, we look at the author persona, and we also look at the financial bit, right? So when I'm talking about fully commercialized publishers, they look at the financial bit. So it's not possible. They're publishing 200, 250 books in a year. They're not even publishing. It's publishing, but they're printing it and putting it on the front of the screen for readers to see, right? So it's not possible for them to engage with every author at a personal level, answer to all their questions, sort out all their problems, give them reports on a regular basis, pay them the highest amount of royalty, because it's not even possible for the publisher to make an account that way. I'm not talking about the big five, right? But otherwise, at an average level, it's not possible for the publisher. It's possible, but they wouldn't do it. Why invest their time into something that's already happened, rather than investing into what they can achieve further, right? So that's how dissatisfaction happens. Today only, in fact, I was talking to one of the authors. They want to publish their book. It would be their second book, and it's not like the author was a young individual, right? They've already published their book with one of the leading publishers of India, self-publishers of India, and he clearly mentioned to me that this is not the right publisher for Hindi books. They will take it, but they have absolutely no knowledge of what they're doing. This is what he said. And I mean, I know the publisher, right? That publisher is the leading self-publishing company in India, right? So it doesn't sound good. But then that's true. It's a fact, right? So in our case with PepperScript, even now we're focusing a lot on Kaks, trying to bring a lot of regional content out there. What we're trying to do is we're trying to set the expectations right, build a personal communication, and give them a format that is acceptable to them also, and it does not put us in a very trapped position, right? We don't overpromise, we don't underdeliver. It's simple that way. We try and overdeliver for sure, but it's not a commitment we are making so that authors think that ki हाँ मेरा सब कुछ, everything is taken care of. ऐसा नहीं होता. So when I'm talking to people, even with you, I think I made it very clear that Kritika, if you don't market your book, I'm not going to do anything. I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Like now there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's Facebook. रीडर्स को चाहिए कि यार वो अपने ऑथर का फेस देखे, वो किसकी किताब पढ़ रहे हैं, वो जाने उन्होंने ऐसा क्यों लिखा है, वो ऑथर से सुने. अब ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता ना कि यार every author is going to every bookstore and setting up a book signing session. That's not possible. So social media is a very convenient way to be present, right? So I completely try and eliminate that point of dissatisfaction when I tell authors that if you are not willing to market the book, we will do what we can, but please do not expect us to do everything. We will do the basic marketing. If you are an active marketer yourself, if you come out there and be on the forefront of promoting your book, then we will do more than what you think is possible, right? So that is how dissatisfaction and elimination of dissatisfaction works at an average level. I want to make it very clear, disclaimer, I'm not talking about the big five, right? Industry for them is very different, right? Authors and writers and the scenario for them is very, very different, right? So if we have that kind of resources available, even then it will be difficult for a publisher in our space to become a big five. So it's very different for them. So when authors are dissatisfied with the big five, their reasons are probably completely different. So
right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like I said, anyway, firstly, I wouldn't be the right person to comment on how other publishers are working, but these are the reasons that would probably, add to the dissatisfaction of an author.
Yeah, absolutely right. And you know what? I, as a person, am asking this, as an author, I'm asking this because I think it's very important for all of us to at least know and understand what exactly the problem is. Because unless and until we wouldn't discuss about it, we wouldn't be able to come up with better solutions, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
even
motive
when
is,
I'm talking to authors, I tell them that you have any questions, you ask me. I mean, ask me anytime, before or after, but whatever is necessary before you publish your book, whatever you want to know about our company, you've got to ask us if we are not already telling you, right? So that way, I think discussion is very important. You've nailed that very correctly.
it's not like that we have had any arguments. We had, but I guess multiple times, but we have always tried to come up with a middle ground somewhere between you and me. So I think that is needed, and rightly said, a balance is very important for a right author and publisher relationship.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, that was very interesting. Coming to my next question. So I am an author, and I absolutely have no clue about what happens in the publishing at the back end. So what I know as an author is, I have seen just the cover design getting ready, the book getting edited, and my book coming out from you. So you have, as a publisher, you have kept me at ease कि मुझे बस इतना ही पता है. But I know कि as a publisher, you go through multiple challenges at the back end. And it's not just about me. बहुत सारे ऐसे authors हैं जिन्हें नहीं पता है कि publisher के ऊपर क्या burden है, क्या challenges एक publisher face करता है. I really want to talk about that because I think it's very, very important for all of us to know from every perspective, not just from an author's point of view, but also from a publisher's point of view. Because after all, he is also a human that is working like us. He's bound to make mistakes, and we cannot deny the fact. So I want to know it from you. What are the challenges that you face, that you go through, and what exactly is it to be a publisher?
So that's very. So for most of the cases, this would be an emotional aspect, but practically speaking, see, once it's a process. So firstly, one thing that I think all authors should understand: the conversion time for a book is ideally high, right? It's not like you go to a shop and you buy something and you can go home and use it. Okay? The development of a book is a process and it takes time, right? So one of the challenges that I've continuously faced is that we set a timeline for a book and the timeline somehow just keeps getting extended and extended. The book, there are always some of the other hiccups that come up in between that we have to solve and work with and then extend the timeline. It's not happened in the I wouldn't say post-COVID era, but in the last 1 year, I haven't faced this challenge in particular. But prior to that, this is common, right? And to make that work in itself is a challenge, right? Because we have to identify the issue, right? Why the timeline is being extended, then solve that issue, then find the person, the resource that will solve it. Because obviously the issue came because the person or the resource who was working on it before could not deliver the solution, right? तो हमें फिर दूसरा एक alternative ढूंढना पड़ता है उसके लिए, which is again a challenge. So I've seen this in my personal, in my company, I've seen this as a challenge, you know, before, like up till 2019-20. Now I don't see it so much because most of our things are almost set and are working very efficiently, right? Other than that, what I would really like to convey through this chat is that, you know, if you're an author, you're talking to a publisher, you have to understand that you're also taking up publisher's time. So authors know that they've put in so much time and effort in writing the book, and now they're publishing it. Publishing should happen easily, publisher should be the best, and all of those things. But when a publisher is trying to make you understand that why the publisher is the right person for your book, they're investing a lot of time. They're communicating with you, they're calling you up, they're following up. It takes time and effort. Then, you know, and making sure that you understand it in the right manner. It's not about just sales, yeah. It's not just about sales and marketing, right? There are 100 times more authors than there were about 10 years back, right? So sales and marketing has, you know, a broader horizon. There are more people to sell to. But every time we put in that effort, we try and talk to someone. I think getting that respect is important. A lot of authors don't see that. They see the publisher as just a service provider, which is true. So publisher is a service provider, but not completely, because publisher is a creative individual himself. I don't know if publishers have said that before, but I think publishers deserve equal, if not more, amount of respect than what you give to your own book or to your own work, because I take care of that book. If I don't do it, then it's just something you've written for your personal space, right? So not receiving the same respectful response from the author, or wasting too much time and then author just going to someone else because the author thought that, you know, there's something that is better there, which actually might not be true, because you've not given enough time or shot to that publisher. I understand that book is a creative result, and, you know, it's once in a lifetime thing, and it's not something that you can experiment with. But the same thing is true with the publisher, which I don't think authors understand and appreciate, right? Your book is going to be just one book for me. It's not like I can replace Kritika Sehgal's book with somebody else.
Right.
That creative work has the same value for me as a publisher, at least for me. I'm not speaking for other publishers, but for me, that it has for you. I appreciate all the time you've put into write the book and, you know, make it presentable in terms of make it presentable to the publisher. And I would like to see the same amount of respect from you for making the book presentable to your readers, right?
Right.
So this is a huge challenge which I don't think publishers have spoken enough. I'm not complaining at all. My relationship with my author is wonderful, and those who do not feel the same way, I completely sort of respect them. I've had my bad experiences as well. I've learned from them. But yeah, this I think is a challenge, and this is something that happened much before signing the author. This happened much before that, right? And it tends to push me back as well, right? So when I met you and talked about your book, if you didn't show enough respect for the fact that I'm investing my time trying to tell you that, you know, Kritika, we are going to do a good job with the book, this is what I envision for the book, then I wouldn't want to publish you, right? I would want to work with someone who gives me time and gives me enough space also to work with the book, right?
Right.
Authors in the self-publishing industry, right? Authors tend to evaluate the whole process in terms of package, right? They want to do that, but package is it's a very objective element of the whole thing, right? Somebody who sells more packages, right, might be able to get more people to work, but that does not
Hmm.
guarantee the fact that the outcome is going to be good. You're getting my point? Somebody who
Yes,
sells less
absolutely.
packages, right? Somebody who sells less packages has less people to work with on projects, might be able to provide a much better book, much better service. You've seen my office. I don't have like a huge office. I don't have 100 people working in the company, right? But I guarantee that no other publisher would ever give more time to your book than us. That's a commitment I'm willing to make. So what I'm trying to say is that the whole package aspect, I've never believed in it, right? But I see it as a necessity. Okay. Also, I felt that when publishers offer different packages, they tend to discriminate between writers. Okay. Somebody who will pay $5,000 will get two things. Somebody who will pay 10,000 will get three things. So that to
Yes.
me is not fair, because at the end of the day, amount is secondary. What's first is the writing. The one who's paying $5,000 has also written a book, has put in the time and effort to write and be creative about it. The one who's paying 10,000 also written a book. So for me, they should be at the same level, right? I should be able to offer them exactly the same things. The size of the
Right.
book can vary, which could be different, which I think I will come to when we take this conversation forward. I will talk about how PepperScript is doing this differently. But yeah, that for me, I think is the negative bit, and also an ideal challenge when 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 the amount of the package is the only factor that is sort of that is helping the author make a decision as to which self publisher they should go to. Up until now, we haven't been a self publisher outrightly. We have been in a space where we've been, firstly, I've said it before, self publishing is very different from what happens in India. What we do in India is vanity publishing, right? Self publishing is what Kindle does. Kindle is self
Yeah.
publisher. We are not self publishers, but in India, self publishing has been accepted. So we go with the flow, right? Uh, but yeah, self publishing, self publishing package cost should not be a factor to just make a decision. A lot of other things should be taken into account. But yeah, from the business point of view, we as publishers also have to keep that in mind and work with how the markets are working or what authors are seeing, right? So yeah, these are the challenges I think that are at our end, and challenges that I think authors should see and appreciate. Technical challenges are something different that I don't think are a concern of authors or your viewers, our viewers here, which I don't want to talk about. But relationship challenges, right? Decision making challenges. Uh, these are the kind of challenges, or yeah, covered in relationship. These are the kind of challenges I think authors should understand and keep in mind when they're working with publishers.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think you make here a very good point that it doesn't depend on what package you are choosing. If you're paying $5,000 or $10,000, what matters is the effort you are putting in that.
Correct, absolutely. I've PepperScript hasn't been a fan of setting up packages. If you go to our website, you will see that we've never had packages. We've always worked on a personal level. We have tried to customize it. We launched something called adaptive publishing, under which your book was published, but that too
Yeah.
wasn't a clearly package-based system. We have revamped it, made it into a proper self-publishing PDP format. And yes, we are also coming out with packages very soon. You know that, but it's different from what other self-publishers are doing, which we can talk about as and when it's needed in the conversation.
Absolutely. Okay. So, like we have spoken about the authors getting dissatisfied, and also about what a publisher.
I'm sorry, just 1 second, 1 second. I'm sorry, just give me a second now.
Sure, sure, sure.
आप जाओ मैं बंद कर दूँ आप जाओ मैं बंद कर दूँ So sorry. It's actually I'm actually now I'm actually working late from office now because I can't go back home and do all of these things. It's not possible anymore. So it's office closing
Yeah,
time
I
and
can understand that.
yeah.
No problem.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
another
Please
experience.
pardon your question, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have spoken about authors getting dissatisfied, which I guess was important for all of us to discuss. And also, we have spoken on the publishing aspect from the point of view of a publisher, what a publisher faces. So right now, coming to my next question, I want to discuss about the content that is coming out these days. Because as we see, publishing industry and writing industry is changing rapidly. Rapidly means rapidly. We don't
Yeah.
even know what is coming, tomorrow and maybe after 2-3 hours. So earlier they were just traditional publishing. Now there are different sort of new publishing. And then earlier there was just paperbacks. Now there are audiobooks. There are ebooks and whatnot. Like we are getting so much innovative regarding books and publishing and content as we are talking. I really want to know, how do you think it is impacting the industry?
Yeah.
Especially when there is Netflix, and I think these days, like we as an author, we are becoming like we are making our mindset like this कि book ऐसी लिखनी है कि आगे जाके उसको pitch करे Netflix के लिए या Amazon Prime के लिए, जो एक natural mindset बन रहा है. So it is also changing the content in some way.
Correct.
So yes. So in that context also, I want to know your opinion on how it is impacting the industry.
Hmm. अभी नहीं बाद में पता है मेरे को पता है. So yeah. So basically, definitely, content industry is changing rapidly, and writing is a very core part of content, right? Everybody is focusing on how audios are doing, how podcasts are doing, or how YouTube videos are doing, but starting point of every piece of content is writing. That Ritika? Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So
Yes, sorry, I just got a call. I disconnected it. So sorry. Yeah,
all right. Okay.
please continue.
So even when we have to plan this conversation, we still need to do our basic scripting. You have to do your basic scripting. What you want to talk about with your guest, what kind of questions you should ask, what should be the plan, etc., right? So nobody, no matter how the industry changes, nobody can take away anything from writing, correct? But the changing scenario is impacting the publishing industry, the book publishing industry, massively. That's true, right? There is much higher demand, there is much higher supply. The difference is the demand and supply channels have expanded, right? First, demand was in consumption of book reading, supply was in consumption of writing for books. Now consumption is it's book reading, it's YouTube content, it's OTT, everything. Similarly, writing for books, writing for short pieces of content, blogging, writing as a freelancer. So writing has also changed in so many ways. So everything in totality is expanding, but at the same time, the sales of paperback it's growing, but it's not growing proportionately. You know, all over holistically, the sales of books is reducing. Correct, but the change in the demand and supply that's impacted the book industry both positively and negatively, right? So you correctly said that people are writing books especially for the purpose of making a show out of it or a film out of it, which I think is good because it's actually it helps the writer to get a broader perspective to be able to monetize and commercialize the content in a different manner. At the same
Right.
time, there are writers who are writing purely from the creative objective, purely for the purpose of publishing a book or sharing a story. They are not thinking about whether my book will be made into a Netflix film or whether Amazon Prime will buy the rights of it or not, right? But all of this is good because it's adding diversification, it's adding to the availability of content, right? Now there's higher demand, so people are trying to make their content better. Even for us as publishers, if you look at it objectively, it's not good. The publishing scenario for the book purpose is not good. But if we look at it from the entertainment point of view, we as publishers are a source of creating entertainment, right? If we look at it from that point of view, it's good because we are able to, whatever content we create, we have more options of making it available to the audiences in different format. Plus there are more options for monetizing it, right? We're making ebooks, we're making audiobooks. This is basically called content asset creation, correct? So we are creating different assets for the same person, right? So when you are the author, you've written one book, right? You can take your book to audio form, you can take your book to digital reading form, you can take your book to a film, you can take your book to a web series. So you have more opportunities available, right? So what's also happening is people are realizing that some books are not probably great as a reading material, but they are perfect for visualization, for films or for web series.
Right.
Say, at the same time, people are also realizing some films that are adapted from the book are not doing justice to what's there. What's there in the book, what's published. So people go back to the book and read it. So again, it's always about the balance. So that balance will happen in due course of time. It's not there yet, right? There are not too many people who are actually advocating, or you can say agenting in terms of taking reading material to a different level for content creation, films or web series or otherwise, right? But I strongly believe in due time this will happen. There will be more companies that will be advocating the adaptation of books into various formats, and there will be companies who will be helping authors publish their content in different forms, like we are doing now, correct? We are helping our authors create a personal brand and also helping them create podcasts, helping them create YouTube video series. We are helping them do audiobooks. More importantly,
Right.
everything is so freely and easily available. If people truly understood the meaning of self-publishing and they truly thought what self-publishing could do, they could do it all by themselves. And India as a market is very different from US or UK. That is a fact that we have to accept. Now, I don't know when it will become equivalent to them, US or UK, but we are still, far behind. And that's because there is a certain culture, there is a certain perception, certain philosophy, certain traditions that we as Indians follow, right? That which is not applicable in the US or UK market. That is why you see that Kindle adoption is still on the rise in India, and it is still way behind what it is in US and UK. So content industry is changing, publishing scenarios are changing, everything is changing, that's for sure. But But I don't see why we as members of the industry, we as part of this industry cannot also change accordingly and take full advantage of it. So because there are more opportunities, I'm sure there are more reasons for us to be a part of it.
So true. But I guess now slowly people are actually, getting out of their comfort zone and accepting that content is changing.
Correct.
So like we have now this new thing of Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, short video
Yeah,
apps, right? And
absolutely.
I'm seeing there are like many people who are not even writers. They're
Yeah.
coming up with their new talents and being creative, and
Mm.
such beautiful talent we have in our country. So I think
Yeah,
this is also, these platforms have somewhere helped all
yeah,
of
yeah.
us in, somewhere trying to know what our true potential is. I mean,
Absolutely,
I didn't know
absolutely.
I
Correct.
could make a reel or could make a short video. I did
Correct.
that.
It will definitely take some time for people to accept that the sale of books is not everything. There is a
Yeah,
lot more to it now. Yes, when you publish a book, you have that, that objective destination in mind, that we have to reach a certain point where the book becomes a bestseller, right? But I think authors need to understand, writers need to understand that there are more than one opportunity available, right? You can publish a book, you can focus on book sales. At the same time, you can start building on other things, that you can start working on other things where your book can contribute, right?
right.
So it could be in any form of content. So it will take some time, but I think eventually we will get there. We as publishers are completely away from offline distribution, because offline distribution model, it's firstly, it's very disorganized, it's highly corrupted. At least for us it is corrupted. Again, whatever I say does not is not connected to the big five publishers in any way, right? So it's the offline distribution model is corrupted and it's very disorganized. It does not work in favor of us as publishers or our authors. So we don't do that until unless there is a specific demand, or there is a there is a specific demand from a retailer, or there's a demand, or a bridge has been created by the author between us and a retailer. We don't want to go through the regular distribution channel. There was a time when we started out the company, we were traveling pan India to set up that network of distribution, and even today we can do that if we want, but those distributors are not going to give us anything in return. What we're going to lose out on everything that we've built with a book, right? So back in 2013-14, when we distributed the books in an offline mode, we still haven't received our payments from those distributors. It's been 7-8 years now, right? So this is just one change that has happened in the last 5-6 years, right? 7-8 years back, everybody would have wanted to just go to the offline distribution mode. But now I think authors have accepted that offline distribution isn't everything. It is not probably the thing that we need for our book, right? So that is just one change. So everything that is happening in the content and the publishing industry will slowly lead to changes like these, you know? Yeah,
Absolutely right. I totally agree. So we have talked about publishing in, to a
yeah,
large extent now. I think we have discussed almost everything important. So one thing, now I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship. I'm not an entrepreneur, and I really think I cannot even be one. But then you are. You can give me some tips on entrepreneurship. So I So yeah, tell us
uh,
about what is it to be an entrepreneur? What are the complexities of it? If you could give some tips on entrepreneurship, how can I be one?
yeah. I think, see, those people who believe that they've reached a point where they can openly say that they are successful. Meaning of the definition of success is different for everybody, right? So, I mean, if Elon Musk was to come out and say that these are the tips for entrepreneurship, I would do anything to sort of take them up and apply, right? Similarly, same applies to a lot of entrepreneurs who believe and are willing to do that, right? Those tips, I think they make a much stronger case and a much stronger impact, right? As far as I'm concerned, I don't have tips for entrepreneurship because I don't think I'm there yet. I'm there to a certain extent, but I don't think so. I'm better than others to give tips to people who want to be entrepreneurs. But if you want to be an entrepreneur,
Hi everyone, so sorry it was the internet glitch as it always happens with me, you know. So what I'm going to do, I'm just adding Sanchit again.
So I have just sent a request to Sanchit once again. Sanchit, are you there? Yes.
okay. Oh, so now our conversation is divided.
Yeah, I'll just take the video down. I'll merge both the videos and then I'll upload it again. That's gonna be.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I was talking about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Like I said, firstly, I don't think so. My tips matter. There are there are thousands of better entrepreneurs, more promising entrepreneurs who have delivered and shown results better than I have. So I think their tips are more important. However, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there are two hard truths that you have to accept, right? One is that entrepreneurship is in no way means that you will be successful, right? It does not guarantee any kind of success. Entrepreneur is a very fancy word for I think you're still again stuck.
Oh,
You there?
this was a call again. Continue.
Yeah. So, and second thing that uh, entrepreneurs, no matter what, success or failure, right or wrong, it's something that you've got to do every day. There are no, there are no office timings. There are no weekends. I think, I mean, every entrepreneur has a different philosophy, but I think when you are in entrepreneurship, you are, you've got to multitask. I mean, people keep saying that, just do one thing and be great at it. I don't think so that's possible in entrepreneurship, right?
Mhm.
You've got to do everything that you need to. You've got to maybe even do, like two different things, two different kind of entrepreneurships, right? So if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur, accept this and just start. Once you start and you've accepted these truths, then there is no stopping. You can just go ahead and be an entrepreneur. Nobody can change anything for you. So that's, I think, that is what I've learned. That's what I've learned, and that is how I also see things. You have to accept, you have to keep moving, and you have to do it every day.
Just not
Uh,
give up.
yeah, you cannot give up. There is no scope of giving up. No, you yourself cannot let yourself sort of give up. Others will probably tell you to. You will think about it, but if you do not, then that's entrepreneurship.
So true. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is one more thing that I wanted to discuss that
Yeah.
came just spontaneously. It came into my mind, and I think it's very important that I also ask this question before moving to the last question of the day. Sanchit, there are many aspiring authors that are looking out to get themselves published, but they don't know how. What is the process basically? How to reach out to a publisher? So first challenge is reaching out to a publisher. It's a challenge in itself.
Hmm.
Even I faced a challenge, but fortunately I was lucky enough to get it in time, get meet you in time. So, but then there are many aspiring authors that are still struggling to reach out to a publisher, not knowing what to do, how to get the book published, what are the steps. So, if you can, if you could guide them as well
Yeah.
with the process.
See, firstly, I don't think authors should BCC all the publishers in the world to send their manuscripts. That's a very bad idea. I think authors should identify the publishers that are there, that are their priority in terms of getting published, and so accordingly segment. These are the 5 publishers that I want to speak to first, and wait for the response, or not wait for the response. That's the author's call. And then the next 10, and then probably the last 20. That's how I think authors should work. It helps them be organized and know exactly which publisher is actually responding to them, right? Secondly, authors should, whichever publisher they're targeting, they should go to the publisher's website and find out what is the procedure. All publishers have a way to sort of communicate what kind of submissions they're looking for, how do they want the submissions to be, etc., etc. Third, authors should definitely know what kind of publisher is the right one for them, right? It's 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 a waste of time to expect a writer to, if a writer is not a popular individual, or does not have a proper literary agent, or is not an expert in English writing, or an expert of the field that they're writing the book about, etc., etc., to believe or expect that the best publisher in the world will publish their book. They don't have the time, right? They do not have that. It's not practical. It's unrealistic, right? Or either they have the right network or the right connections to get ahead of the crowd and reach out to the bigger publishers directly. So authors should know that and accordingly identify the publisher. If self-publishing is the right option for you, your book is not meant for traditional publishing. Everybody knows that, yeah. When you're reading a book by the by the best-selling book, and it's been published by the biggest publisher, you know what kind of standard of writing they're expecting, or what kind of stories they're looking for. That
Yeah.
research is also very important, right? And plus, today when there are so many writers, so many books being published every day, I think it's even more vital that writers don't waste their time and get their books out in time by knowing what kind of publisher they should go to, right? So I think this is what is important in terms of how it works, right? How the approach to finding the publisher works. Once you finalize the publisher, then all publishers have their different methods. Some self-publishers, they are interested in making the sale and then putting the book into the process of development, and that's about it. Some publishers intend to spend time, find out more about the author, if they published before or not, what kind of sales they've made, what is the personality like, are they active on social media, etc., etc. Understand different things and accordingly build a vision for the book, right? So that's an author's call, what they want to do, and what kind of publisher, what kind of self-publisher would be right for them, right? And if you're lucky and you get a traditional publisher, make the most of that opportunity, because that is once in a lifetime opportunity, I think, right? Also, I don't think that you should go take up a traditional publishing opportunity with any publisher. Yeah. A lot of publishers do it for the marketing purpose also, right? So the books that we publish traditionally, they have a background story, in the sense that the author is extremely experienced. They're an expert in their field. In that case, we would take up a traditional publishing project. Otherwise, we wouldn't, right? So, it would be like we are doing 2 or 3 books in a year as traditionally. Rest are all on a hybrid model, or a whatever you want to call it, right?
Right.
So that's how I think authors should look at publishing of their books. Yeah.
Okay, there is one more thing that I wanted to ask. So
Yeah.
what happens, like for example, I have sent my submission, I have mailed it to a particular publisher, but what happens sometimes I do not get the answer, like for 3 months or 6 months. What if that happens? Like, what is the generally what is the normal duration that a publisher
answer
it's
an author's name.
there is no normal duration, I would say, right? Again, the big five, they say it on the website that it could it could be 6 months, but sometimes they take even 2 years. But I think when it's taking 2 years, it clearly means they have better things to do, right? Else, if they would have found the interest in your book, they would have responded. And nobody wants to let go of a good book, right? If I get a good book today, I don't want to wait 3 months, 6 months, 2 years to publish that book. I want to do it as soon as possible, right?
Right.
So if the publisher is making you wait, that clearly means that the interest is very, very low, and you are
Low.
at the end of their publishing list. So I don't think the author should waste time there. Otherwise, in case of commercialized publishing, the response is almost always immediate. By immediate, I mean 2 days or maybe a week, right? When we get mails on our submission directly, when we get direct submissions, our average respond, not average, I would say, but we respond within 2 weeks, 15 days time, and we try and close the deal, or we try and finalize it within the next 15 days. So say 30 days that way. Uh, but now obviously we're trying not to take up direct submission. We want authors to go through the certain process that's already been established, very transparent. It's all out there in front of them. And if authors do that, it's better for us. And it's much, much better for the author, because they don't have to wait for 15 days or 2 months or 6 months. They have to just wait for 5 minutes. It happens within 5 minutes, right? And
Okay.
if we don't want to take up the project, right, we respond to it with rejection and with whatever they've invested, everything full refund in 48 hours. So that is what we as publishers are trying to change, because the publisher has to wait, the author has to wait, the waiting time is too long, and the conversion for the book is already very long. So we
Yeah.
want to sort of eliminate that completely and give a very hassle-free and a very quick experience, fast experience to the author as well.
Yeah, right, right. Thank you so much for answering these questions. I think these were very important questions that I also needed to know, even though I'm a
Yeah,
published author, but still, it gets really frustrating sometimes. Even
correct.
in case of my friends not getting published, or the waiting part is very frustrating. If somebody has sent a submission, he or she is not getting the answer in the right time or right duration, and then you become just completely clueless what to do.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I completely agree, and I hope uh, it's the mission also of the company that we can give a publishing platform to as many fresh voices as possible. That's our mission, and we work very closely with the first-time writers, because those are the kind of people who know the least about the industry and the people. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did this. I hope we can, discuss more things maybe sometime later.
We will definitely.
Yeah,
But before wrapping this up, here is my last question. I want
yeah.
to know how PepperScript is changing the landscape of publishing. If I talk about this.
Yeah. So, see, I think the few challenges that I spoke about, they are true, right? And we've been working towards eliminating those challenges. Even when we launched adaptive publishing model, right? The concept behind that was that we give uh, we give a we give a very controlled environment to the author in terms of the publishing procedure, and at the same time we give more and more opportunities to the author once the book is published, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
uh, so I personally have been working to create such an environment for authors for a very long time. I've spoken with multiple experts. I've talked to them. I've I've worked with I've tried and worked with a lot of technical people who understand how technology works and what are the how we can use the technology to give that environment to writers, right? So putting all of that together, we finally launched something that we're calling PDP, right? That is PepperScript Direct Publishing, in which the author does not have to make a submission, wait for a very long time, talk about all the different kind of things with the publisher. They can simply sign up onto the on our PDP portal, right? Fill up a 4-step form, add the manuscript there. The whatever details you add, accordingly, the algorithm creates a plan for the book, right? Like an investment plan and the return, the ROI on it, right? The author can directly buy it. There is no evaluation process in the middle, right? Once this we think is the this is perfect for first time writers because they don't have to be insecure about anything, right? They can see everything in their dashboard directly. They don't have to worry about what kind of royalties they are getting, if it's going to be a loss making thing or a profitable thing. So this is a lossless model, right? Whatever you put in, we will definitely give back more than that, which is all calculated within the PDP account itself, right? So we want to tell authors to come and join the PDP platform because it's more beneficial. You don't have to wait for the author to for the publisher to respond to you. The platform in itself is so transparent. You know exactly how your plan is being created, what kind of costs are involved in this, what are you getting, what else you can get, right? That is one bit, right? And I also said that we are also launching a package-based model which does not discriminate based on how much money you can invest or what kind of package you can afford. It does not discriminate between the writers that way. It's the same for every writer, whether you have 1 crore rupees or whether you have 10,000 bucks, right? It's the same for both. Our services are going to be parallel. It's what you will buy extra, which is completely different and not vital to the publishing process, right? So that is something we are going to be launching by the end of this week or within the next 10 days or so, right? Then we have already launched Typewriter, which is an application for writers where they can create short format content, publish it, and directly make money based on the feedback they get from their writers, right? So, you can probably add the link of Typewriter in the description to this video, correct? So Typewriter lets writers write and earn directly from the Typewriter application itself. It's a very vivid and a very expansive application that writers can join and start write anything that they want as long as they will give you a feedback rating. That feedback can be directly converted to the writer's Paytm Cash. So these are the few things that we're doing. Over and above all of this, we are helping our existing writers create more assets, create a personal brand, so that they can avail more opportunities in terms of the content they created. Just doesn't have to be books. So so if I put it in one line, we are creating an ecosystem for writers where everything is already available within the system. They shouldn't need to go out and find out what else is there for them. We are managing rights directly. We are pitching it to the right kind of companies, or you can say producers who would be interested in making films or video content out of the content that we've already published. So we are doing all of that already. It's just that it all aligns with the mission of the company, which is to give a platform that is easily approachable for the writers. So yeah, I hope with everything that we're doing, we can bring about a lot of change and provide a lot of opportunities for writers. So I'm so happy to share all of this to your videos.
Yeah, because what you have just told me is like, it is a completely transparent system for writers where they will not be clueless anymore. They will actually know what is happening inside, and they will have that control over there.
Yes. Writers don't have to be dependent on what we as publishers are saying. It's all there in front of you. If you still have questions, we'll answer them. But whatever you're getting, whatever you're giving and whatever you're getting, it's all in front of you.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sanchit. It was
Thank
so
you.
nice
Thank you.
talking to you after a long
It was
time.
lovely. It was
And
lovely.
I
Yeah.
guess it was a much needed discussion, which I don't know if it happens otherwise or not, but I think I'm
Yeah.
really glad it happened today between us.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so happy I could share so much, through your episode, your Instagram live, and thank you to LitoFest as well for having me. It was great, and I really hope authors take this as an opportunity and take full advantage of me being available, my team being available, and publish all their work. Please don't keep your writing in your closet. I want to say this to writers: don't keep your writing in your closet. Just let it be out there. Just publish it if you can. So yeah, thank you, Kritika, thank you so much, and I hope I
My
can see you sometime.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And I really want to mention it here. If anybody has any question, they can reach out to Pepperscript. They can message them on Instagram. They do reply.
yeah, we will reply for sure. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And thank you to all our viewers who have, listened to us very patiently, even with the internet glitches that we have faced. But that is
yeah,
a part of this Instagram live, and this is the
uh,
spice of this Instagram live. It happens in every live of mine. So I'm just kind of used to it.
yeah. Chalo. All right then. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sanchit. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye bye. Bye.